Hello everyone, and welcome to the ClearPath MCP 18 technical update for DHCP and Dynamic DNS. My name is Riju Singh, and I'm an engineer at Unisys in Malvern, Pennsylvania. The agenda for this video is short. We'll look at what DHCP is and what it does. We will look at Dynamic DNS and talk about where it works and where it doesn't. Then we will explore the changes to the OI commands that enable system admins to control these features. Let's start off with Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. It basically allows network interfaces to automatically obtain IPv4 addresses and other networking configuration from a server that's on the network. From a user standpoint, this is somewhat analogous to how auto-configuration works for IPv6 addresses. Unlike autoconfig, however, it requires a configured DHCP server to be on a network. One thing to note here is that, unlike some other operating systems, the MCP allows static addresses to be defined even on interfaces that have DHCP enabled. DHCP servers are located using broadcast messages. If a server is available, it typically responds with an offer via broadcast as well. The offer contains information about the assigned IP address and other network configuration information. We keep this address for a specified amount of time, and sometime before the address is about to expire, we try to renew our lease. Leases are typically renewed, so the same IP address can be retained for as long as the system is networking. When networking goes down, the lease information is stored to attempt to reacquire the address after networking comes back. If the attempt fails, a new IP address is acquired. Let's move on to Dynamic DNS. This is typically coupled with the DHCP feature, but can be used without it. Dynamic DNS simply sends a record of the latest IP address and hostname to a local DNS server. This allows other systems on the network to resolve our IP address using our hostname. Dynamic DNS makes it simpler for DHCP addresses to be associated with our hostname since the address isn't static. However, Dynamic DNS also works with static addresses if required. Note that the hostname used for the DNS update is the TCPIP hostname, which is assigned using the nwtcpip hostname command. As it is currently implemented, Dynamic DNS doesn't work with many DNS server implementations because we don't support secure updates or Active Directory. We do, however, support WINS updates and DHCP Option 81 based updates. WINS update is part of the NX Services name server application. As long as NX Services is properly configured and the local DNS server supports WINS resolution, this should work. DHCP Option 81 tells the DHCP server to do a Dynamic DNS update on our behalf after it assigns us an IP address. Most DHCP servers can be configured to support this option. Let's get into the OI commands that can be used to enable or disable DHCP and Dynamic DNS. Overall, we have TCPIP options and interface properties that enable or disable DHCP and Dynamic DNS for TCPIP interfaces. These options and properties are detailed in the following slides. There are TCPIP options that enable DHCP and Dynamic DNS for all interfaces. These options are disabled by default. When they are enabled, any interfaces that are subsequently added get the DHCP or Dynamic DNS properties by default unless the operator specifies DHCP- or DNS-. When they are disabled, all interfaces must specify DHCP+ or DNS+ to enable these properties. An easy way to enable DHCP and Dynamic DNS on all interfaces is to add nwtcpip option DHCP+ and nwtcpip option DNS+ at the beginning of the TCPIP initialization file. If the local interface property needs to be specified, these commands may be used. Please refer to the nwtcpip identity commands reference for detailed usage information. Note that these interface identity commands override the TCPIP option value for the specified interface. Also, note that performing a DHCP minus after DHCP has been configured causes a DHCP release, which basically terminates all networking on the interface unless a static address was also assigned to the same interface. Another change is that the TCPIP Identity Inquiry command now shows whether or not DNP has DHCP and Dynamic DNS enabled. For more information about the changes and the OI commands, refer to the manuals listed on this slide. They can be found under the documentation section on the Unisys support website. All right, that's all I have. Thanks for listening.
We hope you found this presentation useful and informative. Unisys offers a comprehensive set of ClearPath Forward services to enrich the value of your ClearPath Forward applications, data, and systems. Please contact your Unisys representative for more information. Thank you for your continued use and support of Unisys ClearPath Forward systems. Good day.